What's up, everybody? This is your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. I'm hoping you guys can hear me today. I know I didn't drop in for a couple days, and it's gonna be like that some more. So brace yourself. If you could drop your city and state in the chat, baby, drop it on in so I know where you're coming from, and let me know if you can hear me with my new mic. I know y'all be talking bad about me in my struggle streams, but I got this new mic. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so listen. What is this channel for? Who is it for? What is it about? All right, so the Classy Climb channel has been me kind of documenting my journey the past, I think 7 years, I think at this point, maybe 8, on YouTube, starting businesses, moving to new cities, investing. What does investing look like? What does it look like when you invest 1,000, 100, 5,000, 50,000 into some trucks, 30,000 into some trucks, repairs? What happens when you invest in real estate out of your background, your local backyard? What does it look like to run businesses and invest, right? So you guys may start seeing some of my ads this week. It is what it is. And a lot of times you say, should I invest in a business? Should I start a business, Ericka? Or should I go get this better high paying job? Ultimately, the decision is yours. I can't guarantee something either way. But what I will say is, past couple weekends, if you've noticed, I've been in different masterminds, different events, and there will be a segment of our society, a good, clean 25%, that will just live their life and act like they don't know what you're talking about. Okay? Prime example, I was in Miami. And for me, Miami is the epitome of, it just reminds me of Puerto Rico, reminds me of Panama, Colombia, very much that island culture where there is classism, right? There are people with money, they live in high rises and they don't care, right? And then there's a segment of folks who are in service, right? And that can be Uber, that can be Lyft, that can be whatever. And then there's people who have to move out of that city because they're in the middle, they're being squeezed, and they literally can't move up or down, right? And I'll give you some feedback on that part of the conversation. So when I say in this title or when I do videos, I want you to understand my goal is for you to actually take action and see for yourself. Don't just watch me. Don't just watch a bunch of us. Actually take action. A lot of times people have a pushback against me selling courses on this channel, and they're all for your betterment, right? You don't have to buy them, right? You don't have to get more instruction. But I can tell you what I see on these streets when I'm out here with my nose in the pavement. A lot of people just woke up like, oh gosh, huh. Or people are still blaming 2020. Honey, we're in 2021, going to 2022. Course correction will have to be needed for lots of people. So whenever I do these shows, whenever I talk on these channels, that's what I want you to understand. That's where it's coming from. So let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. Rough economic times ahead of us. Well, what do I mean rough economic times? Now, it ain't gonna be for everybody. There are people in Miami living their La Vida Loca life. They're living their best life ever, okay? There are people in California still living their best life. There are people in New York, Chicago, all these places living their best life. Now, one or two things are happening. They're at a high income bracket, okay, or they're at a high investment bracket. Now, I know everybody thinks these kids are living off their parents or living off some trust fund, and that just isn't true. 85% of brand new millionaires made every year come from no money, right? Can they keep hitting that trick pony, though? That's the key. Now, everybody may be saying, Ericka, there's all these places hiring and nobody wants to work. So let's really dive into that part of the conversation because you're going to see crime, you're going to see craziness. But let's take it one by one. We're going to start with employees, okay? Maybe you say, Ericka, there's nobody wanting to work. I can't find good helpers. I can't find work. Now listen, nothing's changed. People are always going to try to do the bare minimum to keep a job. Bare minimum. Now what happened in 2020? People got a taste of a buzzword we like to use on the internet called time freedom. Or if you heard of the fire movement, location independence, right? They were able to move from California, move from New York, move around the country, see some things, do some things, and they're like, okay, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to work on my weekends. I don't want to work every week, Monday through Friday. I don't want to do this. And here's the conundrum. It used to be, and this is going to be the matrix, if you want to call it, if you were about homeless, or you were about to be out on the streets, or you were sleeping in your car, there was a shame attached to that. And you were like, I need to spend as many hours a day, bringing income in so that I can have a better life. Correct? Okay. And so we've taken that stigma away. The van life movement, the car movement. I sleep in my car, no problem. We've taken a lot of that stigma away. Oh, I'm just a hippie. I'm traveling. It's cool. Instead of saying, man, I need to do an introspection of me and my living situation and my finances and start anew. Maybe that means moving to somewhere cheaper. Maybe not, right? And so there's no incentive. Like even when I see Chick-fil-A, I see a lot of these fast food places, I'm like, all these teenagers out here crying about money. There you go. Here's a part-time. You can't work past 9 o'clock. These restaurants and these stores can't have you in there past 9:30. There's laws against that, okay? Child labor, all right? And so you're seeing people where you see Taco Bell, all these places charge 18, hey, we're gonna pay $18 an hour, 20 bucks an hour, 15 just to get you in here. And maybe people say, well, Ericka, it's just not worth it. My time is so valuable. No, it's not. You sleeping in your car. It's not that valuable. It's not valuable to you. Now, we all have moments where we have to stop and sit there and think, but we got people who are living at their grandma's house, living at their cousin's house, doing all this crazy stuff in this economy instead of saying, stop, pause, let me think about it. What's up, Master IT? And part of why I bring on Tech Tuesday people is I saw somebody say today in the comment, I shared about India. They done convinced the government, the United States, hey, we need that visa. We need to get to here. You need to open it up for us. India went around the world saying, hey, please, listen, we cleaned it up. We got it under control. We got the pandemic under control. Please let us in. And United States and 99 other countries said, okay, well, sure. When I sit here and tell y'all, if you thought about getting an IT, you thought about getting a tech, right? It's like hotel industry. Like, yeah, I want to buy a hotel. Okay, well, now you know who's in the hotel industry. We can go there. You know what I'm saying? But these people aren't coming to play. They were in some of the most tough, restricted lockdowns in the world. Them, Scotland, parts of Europe, South America. These people, if they get the opportunity to come on through, they coming on through. And how are they gonna come on through? They're gonna come about houses, property, land. They come in the win. My friend Torrance Hill that I've invited on the channel multiple times, and he's in the Classic Climb interviews, if you go check it out. He's out here like, people come to America to open a business. And you in America, and you ain't opening a business. Now, people say, well, everybody don't open a business. Listen, did I lie? Did I lie to you? Okay. They done got the visas. They done convinced Kamala and whoever else they needed to convince to open it on up. Now I keep telling y'all, well, Ericka, somebody said in the comments they didn't want to spend $50,000, $100,000 getting into debt for a 50K job. Baby, where have you been? See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. There's a massive sea. I would even say at this point, honestly, 75% of Americans are kind of just in a slow, big slumber. And they're like, man, bacon is expensive at the store. Man, the factory jobs ain't coming back. Man, this is happening. Stuff that's been happening for 5-10 years. They just woke up and was like, whoa, that's interesting. Because I keep trying to tell y'all, when you come to YouTube, if you watch things where people offer courses or something like that, you are already in the top 10%. Majority of people come on YouTube to goof off, play, watch silly stuff, and have a good old time. Gossip channels, silly mess, cat videos, kids falling down, old people falling down. They come to watch that on YouTube in their free time, okay? And so I'm sitting here telling you about, hey, maybe a course or two, and people are like, oh man, you always selling these courses. No, that's just what you see in your perfect film. I'm showing you a bevy of classes you can take from $300 to $5,000. That's gonna have you making $100K to $200K a year. And when I talk to people about that, it's like, oh, well, that's still a lot of money, Ericka. Honey, when by the time you wake up in about 2 years and be like, why didn't it crash yet? Because I really want y'all to understand, we're not going to have this massive crash. I've explained this to y'all about 5 different ways for 5 years now. I done explained it to you. I'm gonna explain it to you again. When I worked in property management, the whole city know the apartments are too high. Nobody wants to take a haircut. So what happens is 1 or 2 apartments at a time get emptied out, completely emptied out, right? They get emptied out, like, right? 100 tenants, do like they want to leave. Not just 50, not just 20. So now that apartment has to take a massive cut. They got to give 2, 3, 4 months of free rent on an 18-month lease. That means they took a hit. That's the true economy. Same thing's going to happen over here. You're going to see certain cities and states, Gary, Indiana's, the nowhere towns that you ain't never heard of or used to be big and not big no more. Ithaca, New York, several of these places that nobody wants to go live. There's nothing going on there. They take that hit and you go, well, that's just one town, Ericka. That's not over here. That's not us. Because, yeah, it's in a wave. We're not all going to take the hit this time. People are like, well, Miami building all these duplexes. Ain't nobody going to live down here. Don't worry. They charging $3,700 for that 2-bedroom in Miami. Wait till they switch it back down to $2,500. They'll get people. They'll get plenty of New Yorkers like, oh my God, I've been waiting forever. And I wanted to bring that up to y'all because people are saying, oh, there's no jobs. Oh, the jobs don't pay enough. Then you start telling them about high paying jobs. Oh, that's not real. Oh, how much math I gotta do. Honey, I don't know what you want us to do. This is about as close as we're gonna get you to getting higher income. Okay, now you go to housing, and I just told you about the housing. It's not gonna be a crash. It's not gonna be this massive crash. I have a phone and my alerts are for Zillow, right? Because I like going to see them. I want to see what's going on in the market. My phone blows up about 20 times. Boom, 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 boom. Price reduction, price reduction, price reduction. I go look at the houses. I'm like, that's not even the price it should be now. It should be 50K more or less. Don't worry, I'll wait. But here's the kicker. I keep telling y'all, all these countries that's been held down, Australians been begging, please get us up out of here. When they get out of here and come to America, they don't sell everything they've got and they're gonna buy something in America. And people try to play off like, oh, America ain't that great. I'm going to Europe, I'm going to Colombia, I'm going to Brazil. Baby, you're gonna get over there and realize Brazil is having some of the highest inflation they've had in the last 5 years. Why do you think all the passport bros left Brazil and went to Colombia, and Venezuela, and Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico, and everywhere else? Because inflation was already hitting Brazil. And so when you're a person who watches the news and alert on what's going around, I had friends who were leaving Brazil 3 years ago. Yeah, it's crazy. You got people who built whole lives. They done got married, they got families, they got a house and a car, and they live in Brazil, and they like, we got to go. I go, you leaving? Yeah, the inflation's crazy. It's crazy. I gotta leave. You had a dude working for a newspaper down there. From America, from Jacksonville, Florida, living in Brazil, working at a newspaper, been in Brazil 7 years. It's like, yo, I got to go. Inflation's insane. So when people try to tell me that, oh yeah, it's gonna crash, it doesn't crash like that. It comes in waves. Okay? Now part of what's gonna happen with the real estate here, you see it taking dives, right? You see it taking dives. There's gonna be a crest point. Now, prime example, I looked at some housing in California, just to give y'all a reference. In a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it was 1,300 some change square feet, was $1 million. I think it was Encino. Where was that? I was in outside of a suburb of LA. I was looking. I said, $1 million for that? My apartment is bigger than that. Get the out of here. Okay. Now look, I look for that same house here in Texas. You know where I'm at in Texas. Let's say I'm near San Antonio. That same house is $230,000. Why do you think everybody keeps hyping up San Antonio? Ain't nothing down there, but they go, yeah, I heard about San Antonio. No, you heard it was $230,000 for the same house you paid $1 million for in California. That's what you heard, okay? Now, I look at that same house in Austin, a range, $350,000, $375,000 to $500,000. But that's only because we have people flying in from California. If you're in California, you see something $1 million, you get here, you're like, yo, this house is 2,700 square feet. For $500,000, Ericka. bing, bing, you're gonna buy. But I'm telling you, that's stopping, right? California folks they not got the much juice as you think, okay? What's happening right now here in Austin is a lot of people are backing out of contracts. Stuff goes back on the market, it goes down 50 grand. Oh, trying to get your interest. No, the house should have never been that much. Should have never been that much. You're gonna lose money on this. Zillow's gonna lose money, of course, but I looked at some business contracts where there was land for sale. And y'all know I've been looking for land, okay? And California folks come up this last summer and ran everybody up. Oh, 3 million, 3.5 million, 3.7 million, $4 million. We're gonna pay this. Now all those contracts fell through. Don't take my word on it. Go look on realtor.com, go look on Coldwell Banker, go look at Berkshire Hathaway. All these land deals, these California folks locked up that were big and $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, they dropped them. There's a limit. There's a limit to what people are willing to pay. Now, let's say somebody comes from China, they come from India. They like, okay, first get a house, then get all your family over here. 2, let's start a business so that I can have employees that I bring from other countries. My Filipino staff is asking to come to America. I'm like, what part of the game is this? I don't know if I can afford to do that for you, baby. Because it's been a suck over there. It sucked. Their countries, when it comes to pandemic, they're making sure they get to the house. 8 o'clock, get in the house. Right? That's why you're having pushback on some of these countries on the pandemic. So already, employers, housing, it's some funny style business. How the government is asking, hey, look, we need like 20 million units of affordable housing. Okay, wait a minute, what's that mean? They're gonna pay you if you have an apartment or you have a building and you convert it to affordable housing. Now you're gonna say, Ericka, where's all this affordable housing gonna come from? I told you I just spent the past 2 weekends at several different masterminds and conferences with people who are builders and people who are online business folks. And guess what? They're converting old warehouses into smaller offices. They're converting smaller commercial spaces into condos. They're converting old hotels into apartments and condos. We have an old hotel in Austin off of, I think, not Winthrop, but I think the street with the E, I forgot the name all of a sudden. But it's going towards the college, University of Texas. And they've converted this old motel that the neighborhood, of course, complained about. They didn't want it over there because it done got rich over there, real rich. Lots of big money done got over there. So now you went by, these old hotel is now converted to beautiful condos. Pink door, white, buildings painted white, Spanish tile on top of the roof. But to me, when I go in there, I'm like, I'm not paying $300,000 for this old hotel. I was here in Austin a couple years ago when this thing was an old hotel. You can't convince me it's not, baby. I don't care how much paint you put on this thing. So you have that happening, and they're being able to qualify as affordable housing. So all this commercial space that y'all like, oh, I can't wait for this commercial space to fall apart and crash. Y'all been saying that for 7 years about commercial space. These people done figured out a way around it. When 2020 happened, all these people abandoned their offices, people were bird man hands. Yeah. Right? They get into these offices and do what? Convert them into housing. Now you're gonna say, Ericka, how's that possible? Go Google some YouTube videos on it. There's plenty of before and afters you see where people have turned warehouses into affordable housing, housing for the homeless, old motels into all kind of stuff. It happens more than you think. It's a big sector. Okay. I love it. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, food prices. So you're gonna see again. You can go on YouTube and you can kind of see the social. Like YouTube has what it wants to push to you. It want to push you Graham Stephan. It want to push you alternative lifestyles. It want to push you BS that's weird, makeup, weird stuff that I would never let anybody under 15 years old in my house watch because it's just creepy. I put blocks on all of it, report all of it. That's what YouTube wants to push. Okay. Everybody else is like, nah, boo, get that out of here. We want to watch happy, healthy families. We want to watch, they still want to watch gossip channels. We want to watch gun channels, homesteading channels, and how-to videos. How to fix this, how to fix that, how to fix this, right? They want to learn immediately how to fix these things. And so when people talk about YouTube, university, and all these things, I go, of course. People want to come on here and learn. They want to come get something helpful for them. So when you talk about food prices, I go look at, you're going to see an explosion next year of hobby farms where they're doing pumpkin patches, they're doing the corn maze, they're doing the weddings at the farms. Go look them on YouTube. This has been increased because these people are getting out in the middle of nowhere and like, what do I do with this place? Hobby farms. You'll see more bison farms and hobby farms come up. Why? Bison endangered. We make promises to the Native American communities and tribal treaties. Hey, we're gonna bring back more buffalo than ever. There's literally bison lobbyists pushing for more bison. Where do bison do best at? Texas, Oklahoma, out here in these Midwest states, right? So you'll see a lot of bison farms. I see it already here in Texas. You'll see a lot of homesteads, right? So that's coming, okay? Now, you're probably saying, Ericka, get to the PPP. Get to the PPP. We're 20 minutes in. I'm here for the PPP. I don't care about none of this other stuff. You're trying to educate me. I want to know about the PPP. So I'm going to put a timestamp under the video of these topics. At minute 21, we're talking about the PPP. Okay? There will be no more PPP. With the signing of the bill, the infrastructure bill, they like it's a wrap. No more PPP. Now, many people are confused because they got an email. If you're like me, several of my businesses got an email yesterday on the 15th. What was the email? EIDL Advance asking you to fill it out. Okay, why? We got some more money. What money did they get? The infrastructure bill pushed whatever was left over there to the advance. Why were people interested in the advance? Because it was a grant. You have to pay it back. That's why they filled out the advance. So now, if you had 10K, well, now they got an initial 5K for everybody who had filled out the advance before. So check your emails. November 15th, SBA hit everybody up on an email. Come get your last bit of your monies, okay? So again, what was the PPP? PPP, I know people got you out here thinking, getting twisted, but y'all gonna go to jail. PPP was for employee retention. Let me say that again. Employee, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen because sometimes people be trying to doubt me, trying to question what I'm telling you, and I'm telling you as best as I can what the PPP was for. And people out here like, nah, man, the PPP was no. Don't let them be out here learning, y'all, because y'all gonna go to jail. You can't go back and say, well, this person told me the PPP was this. Hold on, I'm gonna show it to you. Let me get in here so I can share my screen. Because people were out here getting y'all twisted. And there's no kind of saying, well, they told me this. I don't care what they told you. Go over here. Real quick. Okay. Well, let me go on this first screen. I'll show you this first screen. Let me show it to you. And there's 295 people here. Let's hit the like button at least. The likes are free. All right, so here's it is. Pandemic relief, PPP, EIDL, shuttered venues grant. That is all these concerts, these theaters, these venues. They've got this money and they're supposed to break off some of the folks' money. Restaurant revitalization fund. So why am I talking about this? Several people got into partnerships, right? They kind of sold their restaurant, but really they got in a partnership and were able to get these funds. Right? So the partner brought some more money and the funds brought some more money. So you saw a lot of new restaurants pop up and you're like, oh, they just getting that stimmy money. Well, no, they also got the restaurant revitalization fund. So SBA agility, and then here, again, cross-program eligibility. You can check for yourself, okay? All right? Content in other languages. Pay attention to that, okay? They knew everybody and mama was out here. So again, let's go over here. Let me go to the part. Now, just so we're all aware, because people will tell you anything. I want you to be very clear. This was for employee retention. Let me show you. PPP loan was designed to provide a direct incentive for small businesses to keep their workers on payroll. It can be used. Here's the hitter. Fund payroll costs, including benefits. It may be used for, as well, mortgage interest, rent, utilities, worker protection costs related to the pandemic, uninsured property damage caused by looting or vandalism in 2020, and a certain supplier costs and expenses for operations. Now pay attention. Certain, see that last part where it says certain supplier costs, certain expenses for operations. You dum-dums went out here and it's used to expand my business. It's used to grow your business. No, it's not. Read all the first part. It said the payroll, the rent, the utilities, some damage, okay? All right? Now y'all got out here and got silly with it, okay? There was a lot of Uber drivers that got the PPP. There was a lot of contract gig workers that got the PPP, but I just want to make that clear. Don't have people out here getting y'all going to jail. A friend of mine spent $10K on a boot camp, came out the gate with a $60K job in tech. It's not high, but it's good return on it. It is, it's good, but also they'll double that money in a year if they stay focused. There you go. Yeah, I'm telling you, folks, better figure out how to make that money. Oh, Cynthia said, Austinite here who made the mistake of moving to Philadelphia for a job. On my way back to Austin to start a new role as a BI analyst and never looking back. Congrats. Good luck to you. Thank you. Thank you. And even then, it's nice. It's gonna be dragged out. The reason I'm telling y'all, they have had massive analysts come to Austin and be like, this is gonna be like this for 3 or 4 years. It's gonna be like this for 3 or 4 years. It's gonna be this kind of market in the housing development for 3 to 4 years. We've already got Apple people moving here, and Apple building ain't even been being built. They've been moving here since last year. They've been training at other offices. Trust me, there's certain cities that will not be crashing. They will not be crashing. Oilfield's definitely hurting. Yep. Pig farming, listen, you can make money now. Hey, listen, congrats. If you want to start your own fintech, do it. Oh, there's several people. This is how crazy it is. There's several people on YouTube right now. And I'm going to post her comments later at like midnight because y'all know I'll be messy. She's in Senegal with her. She was in France now. She's in Senegal. I'm not disrespecting her. She's a dating coach. She's a marriage. She has the wife school. No disrespect. She's building homes in Senegal. And going to turn around and do what? Sell them or rent them to you. So she's like, hey, you want to be a husband with an African wife and your bills are $1,700 total? Come to Senegal. I'm just telling you, you're going to have more Americans do stuff like that. I'm going to leave that alone. Oh, Brazil is rough. I'm telling you, they deporting folks. They're not playing with y'all out here. They're not playing with y'all. Exactly. Everybody, oh man, I gotta get the San Antonio. It's really not. Crime is not that bad at all. Now, but I'm gonna talk to y'all about smash and grab crime in a little bit. But I had really wanted to make sure, I didn't want nobody saying I never go to PPP, but y'all are confused on what the PPP was and what it does and what it can do for you. It's not a miracle worker. You did? And all they did was double it up from last time. So I'm gonna close that out right there. I got another page I want to show y'all. See, Adele, you know what I'm talking about? Listen, girl, you gonna turn your TV like, honey, that was a hotel. You're not about to charge me $350,000 for no one-room hotel that you done converted to a with a little kitchen in it. Boy, bye. Better get out of my face. Listen, Newsom just bought 6,000 homes in California. Hopefully liberals don't change. Listen, I'm telling y'all, what's going to happen is you're going to see these big groups. And this is where I talk about, if you watch my old videos, as far as family offices and who's investing in those. Family offices, people are putting family offices together, right? Like, prime example. Remember they built all those mattress firms and everybody's like, this is some blood money being laundered. There ain't that many mattress firms needed in America. Why? Kind of find out the dude was from Brazil, and you showed enough right, he was laundering money, okay? That's why some of the mattress firm closed. But then they just changed names to something else, okay? Because a family office bought them, Okay, now same thing with dentist offices and a couple of them. They're bundling these restaurants and dentist offices from all over the United States into these packages. Okay, don't let me lose you here. And the family office manages it, and they go, hey, pension funds, because you got pension funds in California, pension funds in Chicago, pension funds in New York especially, Chicago, Connecticut, Illinois. What's that other state that's got a ton of pension funds? Detroit has a ton of pension funds. Michigan. Several of these northern states that are concentrated. You know, these people getting 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 100,000 a year off a pension, and people living to be 90. Every year, you used to watch John Stossel, and they're doing it now. Well, they'll be like, hey, this lifeguard out of California is getting 250,000 a year, and he was a lifeguard for 20 years, but we're paying him $250,000 for the rest of his life. You'll listen. What's gonna happen with these pension funds is they're gonna keep doing this for years. They're gonna keep finding where people are stealing millions. There's millions being overpaid. There's mismanagement. It's awful, but they ain't gonna stop it, right? Because they made these promises on paper to these people. Okay, and so what happens is the family office bundles up all these dentist offices from all over the United States. These like little pop-up little dental offices. Bundle them up. Say, hey, pension fund. Yeah, what's up, family office? Okay, see, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you, this package. And the pension's like, yeah, what do you need? We need like 4% on return on our money. Okay, see, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make 10%, okay? Yeah, 10% returns on all this money. Yes. We're gonna give y'all 6, and we're gonna take 4. What y'all think about that? Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. Now the pension fund gets it. Now what happened? You look all over the United States, places closing, places hard to find employees. You trying to figure out how some of these restaurants and stores are staying open. It's because they're owned by a family office that feeds money to a pension fund. So it's a circle, it's a cycle, okay? I hope I didn't lose y'all, but I need y'all to understand what I'm trying to break down here. We started at minute 28. I'll put the timestamps on the video. I don't want you lost. But these family offices, when I go to Grant Cardone and Cardone Ventures, and I go to all these different masterminds, these people are actively building family offices. They'll go buy up 100 dirty, busted units in Detroit and Chicago and Cleveland. They'll buy 100 of them in a package. And they'll slowly work on all of them. And they go, hey, we're a family office. Yeah, cool. Hey, pension fund in Chicago, you want this package out of Cleveland? Yeah, that's a great idea. Cool, here you go. Now, for the next 10 years of this pension fund, they like, why are we getting such crappy returns? Well, they bought 100 dud houses in Cleveland, and they slowly fixing all of them. So now everybody that's in the family office, let's be clear, I want y'all not to be lost on this. Everybody in the family office is gonna get paid. Cousin Benny, cousin Jeff, cousin Lisa, they don't get their $250K for running and managing that deal, okay? Forever, okay? And then whatever money is set aside, probably like 2% a year, 1% a year, in cleaning up and managing these properties, it gets spent. But like them daggone contractors, man, they be running off with that money. So listen, I hope I didn't lose y'all there. I'm gonna cut this video up, but I want you to understand what's happening before your eyes. Many people are like, Ericka, how are they gonna turn offices into hotels? Or how are they gonna turn hotels into homes and hotels into condos and hotels? They doing it everywhere. They doing it right now. Go in some of these little smaller towns in New York. When I was there, they turned these little fishing hotels into Airbnbs, cabins, and long-term stays. And so people come and spend the season there because they done busted open 2 rooms in the hotel and made them into 1. It's all over the place, y'all. They're doing this because they're moving money around and they're selling it, bundling up some pension funds. When I told you about what Zillow did, Zillow will not be hurt from this. Now people say, well, Ericka, they lose their stock price, they assets. Oh, listen, Zillow wanted to get rid of them 1/4 employees anyway. They wanted to get rid of 25% of their employees anyway. They just had to not be in confliction with the PPP and all that money they got from the government, okay, to get rid of those employees, okay? They want to get rid of them together. Are you following me, okay? Now, they got rid of the employees, and now they got these 7,000 homes. Guess what they're doing? Packaging it up for somebody like BlackRock, one of these big hedge funds, like, hey, y'all, don't y'all need some money for them pension funds? Oh, yeah, we need it. Get these 7,000 houses. Oh, man. Take these 7,000 houses and turn half of them into rentals and sell the other half over the next 10 years. You're going to get your money. Do you understand what's happening? Right? So they just got to make that 10% a year, which this is why smaller investors like myself, when I go to these investment groups, they get mad because, 10% ain't nothing, right? Because that's what they're tricking off and giving these pension funds. You want 12 to 25%. Well, how can a person like me or you get 12 to 25%? Is we would have to personally, or in a family office, buy up 10 to 100 houses, or 10 to 100 units, let's do quotation mark units, in these packages. So now everybody in the office eating. Lisa, cousin Benny, cousin Joe, everybody's eating off these 100 houses, right? And we may never have to sell them. We can just keep them. So I hope y'all got that. I hope that made sense. If you struggled at any part of that, like rewind it, watch it again. I'll make clips. I'm gonna send this to Peter tonight so he can go ahead and chop it, because I want y'all to understand that. And that's how you have these stocks that aren't moving, should be moving, but aren't moving. That's how you have these REITs that are making this money. REITs that are making money, and you're like, how are they still making money? How are all these places in Manhattan still the price they are? Well, they can't lower the price on these empty units in Manhattan, because if they lower the price, it'll mess up the stock price. It'll mess up the paybacks to the pension fund owners. Even though at some point it will have to be lowered, right? Everybody's trying to look like the cleanest shirt in the batch right now. But at some point it will have to be lowered. Just common sense, okay? So won't be happening this year, won't necessarily happen next year, because we'll have outside money flushing our economy. But I hope y'all got that, okay? Now, smash and grab. You guys like talking about crime out here. So let's talk about the crime. Now people say, Ericka, oh my God, I'm out here manifesting, sleeping in my cargo van, getting reset my life with my van life. Guess what? Van life people have been experiencing all kind of break-ins for the past 3 years. High level of smash and grab, because they know you're living in that van, you're sleeping in that van, you doing your whole life in that van. So yeah, they know, guess what? She gonna have laptops, she gonna have S in there, she gonna have her gun in there, she gonna have everything. I just gotta smash and grab this van. So what happened with a lot of van life people? They started needing places to park for safety. Again, RV parks, right? Then they also needed Simply Safe. Simply Safe has made so much money off YouTubers and van lifers, they owe them a check, okay? Like they're already paying them affiliate money, but some more check. And so what you're seeing is this massive amount of people who've already been experiencing smash and grab past 3 years. They've already been experiencing it. Now that the PPP and them stimmy checks has wrapped up, the smash and grab is 10x, right? Our biggest disappointment, he got a smash and grab. Some other folks got a smash and grab, where people come and do what? Smash your window and grab your stuff, okay? Go look up smash and grab crime or robbery on the rise. Go type it into your computers and you will see. Let me go ahead and show you right here. Now, what was the first sign of smash and grab growing up? What was the first sign, y'all? If you know what I'm talking about, the first sign was the Ring camera. Now, I'm putting a few things under the category of smash and grab, but I want you just to understand what I mean. So let's go ahead and go over here. Smash and grab on the rise. Right, now let's go see when the Ring camera. When did Ring camera come out? 2013. Okay. All right, 2013. Pay attention here. So 2018, they writing articles about it. 2014, they writing articles about it. right? The people on the Shark Tank thought that was so dumb. Why would anybody need a Ring camera? Even though they live in a house and they have security and they have cameras all over their house. They thought, why should a poor person like you have a camera? That's what they said without saying it. Now, let's go on over here. You go on here to smash and grab robberies on the rise. 2015, 2021, 2015, 2016, 2014, 6 days ago. San Francisco, y'all already know what's going on, okay? Smash and grab, smash and grab, smash and grab, 2021, 2021, smash and grab San Diego. Let me see, smash and grab in Houston, Texas. He smash and grab thieves, Houston, Texas, 2016, 2012, 2015, 2018, 2016. So let's just go there. What are smash and grab crimes? What are they? These are what we call poor man crimes. This is what we call petty theft. This is what we call the police don't really want to be bothered. They don't want to fill out all this paperwork. And so they sit here telling you don't leave stuff in your car. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you a confession. I'm driving a rental car this week because your girl did what? Left something in the white car and somebody smashed and grabbed it. Okay? And that is what it is. So the car is in the shop right now. Okay? And so if you guys see me driving the Benz, it's a rental. Don't be out here on the internet spreading the lies. Okay? So what is smash and grab? I see it on the seat. I think I can get away with it. I'm gonna grab it. All right? And so it's happening more and more and more. You can see it everywhere. And here's what happens, right? I mean, this is crazy. He lost $8,000 worth of photography and hiking equipment. He said Hertz told him this was the 5th car hit that day. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say, what do they look like? I hate to say that, but you already know what they look like. Doesn't matter, but we'll go there, okay? You have smash and grab done by Asians. You got smash and grab done by white people. You got smash and grab done. What's really funny, here in Austin, a bunch of white dudes were going around smashing and grabbing. But they assumed it was Black and Hispanic. So when they caught the 5 white guys at Town Lake dressing in running gear, but had a car full of smash and grab, they were like, oh my God, these white people are smashing and grabbing. So why am I talking about this? One, I think we have a tendency to feel like my neighborhood's safe. Look at this safe neighborhood I live in. Why that kind of people can't be over here. That's why you keep seeing these incidents where people are going off on somebody they don't think lives in their neighborhood per se. I've always been very vocal whenever I'm walking in any neighborhood. Like, I dare you to come say something to me. You're about to get your feelings hurt, and you might get a pew pew pew. So you better go back in your house and mind your business because I'm walking in this neighborhood. Okay. Just want to make that clear, right? And so what's going to happen with this smash and grab kind of mentality? It's going to go up. It just is. It's going to go up. You're going to have a lot more smash and grab because people think it's an easy payday. Same thing with the porch packages. What happened in Texas? If you steal off a package off a porch in Texas, you can get 10 years in jail. So, it's called porch pirate law. Let me go and pull it up. Because y'all, Ericka, you're just pulling these stories up out of nowhere. No, I actually study and read all day. You guys just assume. So anyway, stealing mail from other people's doorsteps and mailboxes or porch piracy has long been a crime. But June, they decided now it's going to be a misdemeanor. You're going to pay $4,000 in fines and you're going to have a year in jail. Now let's go on down. Guess what they decided to change it to? Baby, we're going to get you. If you're stealing mail from a fewer than 30 addresses, it's a felony. Let's say it's less than 10. It's a misdemeanor. But if we figure out, because what do most people do? Come on, I want you to read this. What do most people do? They drive around all day and they fill the car up. They go hit houses, neighborhoods. So let's go ahead and do this math. They hit 30 houses. That's a felony. State. Okay, the state jail. Okay, now what does that state jail look like? 2 years in jail, $10,000 in fines. What is it when you get over 30? Third-degree felony, 2 to 10 years in prison. Now let's just go there. If somebody is a dusty bunny and they drive around all day hitting packages, what could they have been doing with their day? They could have been working for UPS. They could have been Uber and Lyfting. They could have been door dashing. They could have been doing anything. They could be doing UPS Connect. Do you know what UPS Connect is? The United States Postal Service is so backed up, they let people come in just the way Amazon does and deliver packages for the United States mail. So watch your mail, because they got anybody delivering your mail now, just so you know that. Heads up on that. Okay? Now, let's go on down here. More. Let's say they catch you with over 50 houses. Now, I can already tell you there's some people they've already caught on camera in Houston. They so ridiculous, they've been hitting up whole neighborhoods, so now 50 addresses. Well, guess what? First degree felony in Texas. Punishable with 5 to 100 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Now, somebody's going to say, Ericka, ain't nobody going to jail for 100 years. No way. Now, see, this guy already has built his whole website on defending you. Defending you. They done caught you on the ring camera. They done caught it in your car. This guy has already made a website on defending you if you're a porch pirate. And he's going to make a lot of money. Listen to me. He's going to make a lot of money. J. Roland Jeter, JRJ PC, is going to make a lot of money. I'm telling you right now. Why? Because they're driving around Irving. They're driving around Dallas, hitting up neighborhoods with their vans and their cars full of packages. Guess what? Easy to get you to 50 houses. Easy to say they think you stole from some other houses and get it up to 50. So guess how long people going to jail for doing stupid stuff? They filling them jails back up. Don't get it twisted. If you thought they was giving you a break, no, they coming back for y'all. Y'all gonna go to these jails. Let me make this bigger. Okay, oops, that's too big. It's too big. Can't see it. There you go. That should be enough. Okay, let me go on over here. Let me read some of y'all comments, because I know. Prepper channels? Oh, honey, the prepper channels are making money. They're making it. Small chicken farms, edible bamboo growing. Yep. When I left Korea in 2019 to come back to the United States, the plane I was on was full of Koreans coming into the United States. Oh, honey, Houston. Fly Houston anytime. Houston planes are full of Koreans. They leaving. So Korea's packed. And they have some of the same dating problems as China. Not as severe as China, but pretty high up. Like, there's several girls back at our high school that married Korean guys that their parents essentially got him to the United States. Like, oh, he's hardworking. His family says he just need the opportunity. And when he got here, he realized he ain't got no education. He was like working at the docks. And now they're going to get him into school once he gets to North Carolina. I've seen it. Trust me. They set it up. Oh, Lord, your Pastor Dow cracks me up. There you go. It really does. Yep. Listen, $6 billion will not save the homeless, the hungry. That's the most insane thing. It's just so stupid. It's an asinine thing. The government prints money. So let's say world hunger was solved by $6 billion. United States would just print up $6 billion, but they ain't doing that either. There you go. Found a $27 course, a book for $9. There you go. Hey, come on in. Go ahead. Let me see what else I got here. Yes, Gavin Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew, but they really don't try to tell you that. Yep, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont. Thank you, Elise. Hide money in a mattress. Oh, there's all kind of Bernie Madoffs. Philly has $6 billion in assets, but $12 billion in liabilities. Oh, I believe it. Oh, I believe it. And so guess what has to go there to fulfill that gap? Your taxes have to go up. Your taxes got to go up. That's why people talking about Philly and New York and Baltimore. I'm like, Your taxes have to go up. There's nothing left. They have to squeeze y'all. Thank you so much, Master IT, for the $5 super chat. Classy Climb Pension Fund. Listen, Classy Climb Family Office. Give me a minute. I'm gonna get there. The tips, that's right, the Teamsters, but pension funds, loan money to the casinos, right? So it's like strange bedfellows. People don't really want to hear this stuff, and I'm really trying to educate you, but what's going to happen is these strange contracts, right? I remember reading like one of the pension funds in New York had invested in something in California, and come out the guy was a fraud or whatever, stole billions of dollars. Okay, what is New York office doing searching in California for returns on the pension fund? They looking everywhere. That's how it gets like that. Yep. I mean, yeah, they trying to turn that PPP into everything but what it should have been. My dad bought a house, and my sister and I are going to add to the back of the house and buy a tiny house. We've always had a place to live, work smarter. For sure, AUDs are very popular right now. Where people put a back unit in there and they get a little extra pavement, right? Get that Airbnb, get that pavement back there. It's very common in Austin. Come to Austin, you'll see it everywhere. Okay, Dean Coleman, my bad decision-making cousin, wanted to park his van. I'm sorry. He wanted to park his van on my property here in Georgia, and I live rent-free. He was surprised when my wife passed. I mean, did y'all go, no thank you, or would you like to pay $500? See, that's the thing people don't want to hear about. Now you're going to tell everybody in your family that you ain't doing him right. Listen, ATL been on robbing season, right? That's why I'm always so concerned. And people think I'm being dramatic, but I'm so concerned for the young black boys that sell water, and they're so aggressive with it, that Atlanta needs to figure out something to do with those kids. If it ain't a bunch of coding programs and you pay them a couple hundred in the summer, wink, to be in class, because what's going to happen is somebody's going to come on one of them corners and they're going to shoot one of those kids, and it's going to be in the news, and it's going to be a tragedy. And I'm going to tell you, like, where they mamas at, right? We stop locking them mamas up from kids being out on the corners. They're going to be off them corners so fast. They're going to be off them corners so fast because you can't get that story like, I didn't know where little Ronnie was. Well, you going to know today because you can be sitting in jail. What you want to do? My parents in H-Town, a landscaping company, they stay getting robbed. Listen, everybody I know that has work trucks that got a story how their work truck got stolen. Now, y'all got enough nerve to steal these work trucks. Y'all need to go get to working. I know, it's so ridiculous. Look what they going to do with this film equipment. Who they going to sell it to? It's just so crazy. NCI grad, what people don't understand is people really assumed, people got comfortable, right? This girl said, oh, people will be more clean now because of the pandemic. I said, girl, you sound stupid. People are going to be nasty now. They ain't washing. They sitting in pajamas all day in them fuzzy shoes and touching everything. They ain't cleaning up. They ain't getting better. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. If you as a man, and I'm not blaming all the men, there's some women porch firefighters, they go to jail too. But if you can hit up 50 houses, you got enough energy and strength and back to go hit up 50 houses, you need to be hitting up 50 houses, knocking doors, or getting a damn dog. That's just what it is. When you fell over from a bank, so watch out. It's self-specific. Well, even now, like today, I'm pretty sure I experienced check cashing discrimination at Chase Bank in Round Rock, Texas today. I went with a check from the city of Lubbock, and was like, hey, this got to our company because of an auction. Hey, and they were like, oh, we can't cash unless you're a member. We can't do like that's never happened before. If the state issued it, they want you to cash it. Period. Oh no, it's not the teller. It's not the teller being discriminated. It's them. I said, now if I call the city of Lubbock, they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy because they wrote me the check, and so they want you to cash it because you're Chase Bank. I said, it sounds like the teller is being discriminatory. Oh, no, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I said, well, I'm going to document this and I'm going to bump it up to my attorney and let them tell me what I should do next. Oh, ma'am, well, I'm just telling you, you got to call City Lubbock. I said, no, Chase Bank is where it lands. So trust me, they got some stuff, some shitty going on with these banks. Trust me. Porch piracy is what it's called, you guys. Porch piracy. Nick Taylor don't have no porch pirates out there. I'm telling you, listen, people out here spending all day goofing off, celebrity junk. Like I even post stuff in the comments, and I look at my community tab, y'all. I can post every day something educational. 14 likes. That's good, Ericka. Thanks for sharing. Hey, you guys, a man should pay bills. Hey, guys, the baby. I can tell, right? And so people really come on this internet to fight with strangers they do not know and talk to people they don't know. And they ain't never gonna meet. So again, yep, there's YouTube channels pranking porch pirates. Yeah. And then the funny thing is if you do catch them, then the police are like, oh, we can't prove it was them. Sir, the package is inside their car going down the highway. I have a tracker on it. Oh, we can't prove it. Like even our friend here got her Apple stole, and she had to find my laptop. She drive by the house. She's like, police, it's in this house right now. It's over here. I don't know these people. Well, we can't do anything about it, ma'am. You gotta wait for the detective. Now I said if she went and knocked on that door with a gun on her hip and asked for her laptop back, then she would be wrong. But see, that's what it's gonna come to. It's gonna come to some people went to somebody's house. OJ Simpson style, my package is over here. And then they're going to be like, I can't believe you did that, ma'am. No, you aren't doing your job, police officer. I'm telling you, Nick Taylor, in California, it is low key. Like who? They're somehow related. Like this is how zoned out people are. They zoned out, baby. They don't have a clue that they're related. It's not even announced. Right? Literally the scandal, most of it is you can see what government officials are investing in. This company made a joke, call it Pelosi Capital t-shirts. Because all they do is invest in whatever Nancy Pelosi is invested in. Yep. So tiny homes are great. Like I'm finding property and land to buy to put maybe 5 tiny homes to Airbnb it out because that's very popular here in Austin. But you basically need a full-time security guy to live there because these people out here doing the most. The most. Yep, squeegee boys in Baltimore. Oh, it already happened? That's awful. That's awful. You gonna learn today? Oh yeah, my friend's mom got so mad. Her neighbor had an RV, and she was like, "Are you gonna leave that park there? Because it's tacky, and they don't care." That's why so many HOAs in Texas are like, "No RVs in the yard," because they know y'all renting some of them bad boys out. I'm telling you, I mean, literally for the cost of money. Listen, I really want this to stop. There's this kind of, these kids that are out here trying to sell you water are entrepreneurs. At best, they're salesmen. At best. At best. They need to be in a structured home. Well, you don't know what kind of home they in, Ericka. We do know. When I see an 8-year-old boy outside, unsupervised on the stride of a curb, when Atlanta is human trafficking capital USA, like number 1 or number 2, I think number 1 is Cleveland, Ohio, but number 2 is Atlanta, and you got your little 8-year-old out here selling water. If he gets kidnapped, I don't want to hear about it on TV. You know why? Because your ass is dumb. So I'm tired of this old mantra. Yeah, all these drug dealers and these kids they're entrepreneurs, man. We just gotta like get them. Like no, we got to get them in a structured location. That isn't the shark corner selling shit. That ain't it. Nope, there will not be. Read that stimulus bill. Read that infrastructure bill, honey. I told y'all. Joe dirty Jim Crow Biden made sure that going forth, right? PPP thought people thought PPP was the fun. The stimmy was the money. No, the real money is for the business owners and the government. People get government contracts. I told you in Cleveland and in Detroit, while all these people are like, oh, we don't want all these people evicted off the streets, Erica, they started adding to the rolls of Section 8 huge. Well, now because all these owners didn't get their money, they're like, fine, I'll take Section 8. Give me the check. I'm telling you, that's what you're going to see. Oh, for sure. I'm not certain. Look up Pelosi crime family. Listen. Hillary Clinton's enough. But this is what I want y'all to understand. Like, those people been doing that in California for a long time. This is part of the part of why I do this channel, part of why I teach this stuff is I just get tired of talking to people who just are brain dead. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Why don't you know it? You got a whole damn computer in your hand. Why don't you know it? So when I teach this stuff, it's therapeutic for me because you can't say you didn't hear it. Somebody told you. You can't say you didn't hear it. Thank you, Nick Taylor. I get so tired of hearing that mess. Thank you, child Atlanta murders. Like you got this little 8-year-old out here. Girls outside selling candy. Yes, I'd be so scared. I'd be like, man, I remember giving $20 to this little boy. He was like 8. And the other big children came and took his money. And they said, that lady wanted you to share it with me. And I said, didn't I tell you to put it in your pocket? Didn't I tell you to put it in your pocket? That's what I yelled out the window. And he was like, they took it. I said, I don't want to hear it. I told you to put it in your pocket. I drove off. These are not kids who have a mom and dad at home who are like, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. Show me their dad that's at home going, yeah, that's cool. That's cool if they stand out there. Montgomery, Alabama is one of the hubs for human trafficking. Yep. Sad. It's real sad. God, no. Oh, cool breeze. It's hitting them in the lower parts today. Yep, in Atlanta, in the airport, they say it all the time. Be on the watch out for it, which it's had some goodness and bad, right? Because people ultimately are still sometimes racist. So this woman who had a half white child, the child was really white, and she had a foster child with her. They stopped her in the airport for human trafficking. She's like, honey, this is my child. And she was about my complexion, and so the child did look very, very white. I mean, they even had this one where they stopped sisters. The parent bought the ticket together. They got their little badges on. But one sister's 14 and black, the other sister's basically white looking, and like 7. And the police were about to separate them. And I'm like, the same parent bought the ticket. So whenever I see people sending their children through the airport with no parent with them, I'm just like, I don't care what the custody case is. You need to be on that flight, period. There's no way in hell I would have any child under 19 years old on a plane with them by themselves. And so when I see that stuff, to me, that's just selfish parenting. That's not even I love my child so much they gotta fly. When we were forced to fly to see our dad in Alaska, our mom had to get a ticket. And this is in the 90s when it was $1,000. She was like, there's no way in hell I put 2 girls on a plane to Alaska where we already have more men than women in Alaska for their father to come get them from the airport. No way. I will fly with them. I will just pay the cost to fly with them. And that's the things people don't want to be honest with themselves. Y'all don't really love these kids like y'all say y'all do. They need supervision. This is true. Thank you so much. Ooh. Jay Breyer, it is what it is. Thank you. I appreciate you, Rex. I don't know who is a pygmy. What? Pygmisha. What is that about? Nisha. Well, listen, I think I don't know which channel you're watching or what you're saying, but at the end of the day, like if somebody is simping, aka if you're a woman simping or saying things on the internet that you know just for clout, or you're a man saying ridiculous things on the internet for clout, it doesn't pay off because you wouldn't be on the internet still saying it. You'd be in a relationship. You dig what I'm saying? They look silly. We all know it. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, okay. I was just like, what's going on? What's going on? Again, again, that's you expecting a grown woman who has to use the bathroom, who has to be look on her phone because I trust me, I'm on flights, they be on their phone, go up and down the aisle, talk to 50 people on the plane to watch your child. If you really believe that, there is a special bridge I want to sell you. This is true. Not sure if you mentioned it, but this smash and grab, there's a huge surge of Cadillac converter theft. Insider trace amounts of three metals. That's correct. It's way too much. It's way too much. Don't have these kids if you gotta. I mean, I remember sitting on this plane. This little boy was 5, if that, 5, and falling asleep beside some grown man. We don't know who this man is. And the attendant kept looking on him because the dad bought him a first class ticket, but he was literally flying from Texas to California. I was going to Los Angeles, y'all, and I'm like, what? And when I got off the plane, yes, the dad was standing there because they let you go through the airport with the thing because you're the parent. And he's standing at the gate and he's like, oh, was it a good flight? He's like, oh, I fell asleep. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't care what's the custody arrangement. You got this little 5-year-old on a plane by himself? Honey, it just ain't enough custody argument in the world. I know, one live stream at a time, people. Oh, I know that thing was horrible, horrible. A bridge to nowhere. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they do. They literally hand it off to the person that's on the sheet. You have to pay extra for that. Okay, well, listen. Hey, Austin doesn't have a high crime rate. This is so exhausting. It doesn't. Austin has breaking your car or smash and grab, or downtown Austin beer fights. That's what they have. Watch, I'm gonna type this up. Mhm. So they were like, oh my God, Austin's crime went up. We had a 20% increase in deaths and murders. So I said, well, let me go look it up. You know, what's going on? What's going on out here? I go look it up. Come to find out, guess what it was? The number went from 42 people that got murdered to 62. And majority of them, and I'm gonna say this, and it's don't, it is what it is. It's a man killing his girlfriend. It's a man killing his wife. That's what it is. Now I'm gonna show you the top 10 dangerous cities in Texas because I really get exhausted with this. This is like saying Austin is ghetto or violent is like saying I went to a club and instead of the $10 drink, I got a $2 Corona. There's no crime here. Okay, so let me just show you the top 10 most dangerous cities in Texas. Belmead, Humble, Texas, which is near Houston. Lubbock, Texas, was in the middle of nowhere and just college students. Number 4 is Bastrop. Bastrop has had a couple murders, and that's why they made the list. Palmview, Livingston, Houston, and Houston's number 7, y'all. That's how crazy those other locations are. Number 8 is the Alamo. Number 9 is Amarillo. That's old rig guys drunk and fighting. Number 10 is Beaumont. My trainer's from Beaumont. If you know anybody from Houston, they don't deal with people from Beaumont because that's the ghettos, the violence. Okay, do you see that? None of those say Austin. None of those say Austin. Be very clear. Go look up all the Texas cities. Just quit it. Killeen is more dangerous than Austin. Waco has a higher incidence of total crime. Why? Smash and grab crime. Smash and grab crime. It's a college town. Kids leave crap in their cars. Again, here we go. Let me show you. There you go. Can you see it? College Station. These are all college towns. Denton, Texas, college town. Austin, number 21, way on the list. Got from 1 to 25. Austin's at 21. Midland, oil rig farmers, oil rigs, smash and grab. Mesquite, Texas, black folks. Sorry, it's terrible. Not Susan Mesquite. Garland, Wichita Falls, college town. Arlington, football, packages, smash and grab. Laredo, Mexico, the border. Paca, 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 paca. Lots of pow pow. Pasadena, Waco, college town, smash and grab. El Paso, human trafficking, people crossing the border, stealing your car. Abilene, middle of nowhere. Dallas, the big D, and it stands for crime. San Antonio, y'all beloved San Antonio. Lots of smash and grab crime. Killeen, shoot you up crime. Lubbock and Killeen, tied. That's actually scary. Brownsville. What's funny about this one, and it's not funny. It's a bunch of farmers. It's a bunch of farmland. I don't know what's going on out there. Amarillo farms. Houston. Pew, 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 pew. Shoot it up in the glove. Beaumont. Like, y'all, Beaumont is bad. Corpus Christi. Meth. Meth. And Odessa. Okay? So if that solves your answer, stop talking bad about Austin, because we ain't down there. Quit it. Quit it now. Okay, but that's all I have for y'all. I'm gonna break this video up. It was long. We're already an hour and 12 minutes in. It's 362 people here. Hit that like button. Yeah, they're using per capita. Texas finally lets you have breast knuckles, okay? Listen, my trainer's from Beaumont. I'm just telling you. There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. That's what I got for y'all, okay? Oh, there it is. So shoot 'em up crime. Shoot 'em up crime. Yeah, trafficking crime. But anyway, that's what I have for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and break this video down, let Peter chop it up into smaller bits and pieces so that we can all be educated about things. And this is your girl, Ericka Williams from Classic Law Blog. Listen, I'm not overselling you. I'm going to have Black Friday ads running. If you're not in all these courses, let's just be very clear. They're going to be in 2 big bundles, and that's it. That's it. That's what we got for Black Friday. And we don't have any sales. So I know people are like, well, I'm going to wait till Black Friday. I don't know what you're waiting for. It's all going to be in a bundle. And eventually next year, everything will be moved over to the Kajabi platform. So hopefully you get in when you can. So anyway, but yeah. Oh, no, it's bad. I mean, Killeen is bad. Killeen is bad. Lubbock is bad. Trust me. Like literally, it's bad. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl, Ericka, Classic Clown Blog. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful evening.